Smart home technology has come a long way in recent years, and one of the most popular and accessible smart devices on the market today is the smart light. In this video, I'll be showing you how I created my own smart light setup and how you can control the lights using Google Home Assistant through the app and voice command. So here are the list of components that we used in our project to build the smart light setup. We used an Arduino-Uno board, then we used a 4 relay module, and we also need a 12-volt adapter for power supply, two LED bulbs, some connection wires, and a housing box to place our circuit. On the other hand, we also needed some softwares for this project. First of all, we had Node-RED, which we used in PC to build connection between the Arduino lights and Google Home Assistant app. Then we have the Google Home Assistant app, which we'll be using in our devices to put our commands to control the lights. And we can either use an Android device or an iOS device for this project. And for this project, I used an iOS device. So here you can see I've drawn the circuit to give an idea on how the smart light setup is made. From the left side, as you can see, the PC, which will be using Node-RED from, will be using the Node-RED to give the signals, to transmit the signals from PC to the Arduino board. And as you can see, the PC is connected to the Arduino board. And from the Arduino board we'll connect it to the 2 relay module. As you can see, the connections are also given. The ground is connected to the ground of relay module, 5 volts is connected to the PC source, then the digital port 2 is connected to the first input in relay module, and D3 from Arduino is connected to the second input. And the output of relay module, one from each relay go to the power supply, and the other output goes to the bulb connection. And one of the connection from the power supply is coming from relay module, and the other is going to the LED lights. So as you can see, to each light, one of the connections is coming from power supply and the other is coming from the relay module. And we'll be using a device, iOS or an Android device, to control the lights using Google Home app, as you can see. And we'll be using the Node-RED to build a connection between the Home Assistant app on our device and the Arduino lights. As you can see, we have the Arduino and the relay module. I'll show you how I build a circuit between the Arduino and the relay module. We'll use the 4 relay module. Due to availability, we couldn't find 2 relay module because we only needed 2 relays for 2 bulbs. So as you can see, we have the ground on the Arduino going to the ground of relay module, and the 5-volt power supply going to the VCC on the relay module. And the digital pin, as you can see, we'll be using 2 digital pins, pin 2 and pin 3. The first pin 2, digital pin 2, is going to input 1 of relay module, and we'll use the second digital pin, that is digital pin 3, will be going to the second input of relay module. And we'll be using first relay and second relay. So for the relays, the output, we'll use 2 output pins, that is the open output and the common pin. So the open pin goes to one of the pins of the bulb. As you can see, the open pin from the relay module output goes to the bulb, and the common pin from the relay output goes to the power supply. As you can see, if we draw the power supply here, the open pin will go to the power supply. And similarly for second relay, for second bulb, we will be using another bulb which will go to one of the pins in the bulb, and the common node will go to the power supply, and the other pin from power supply will come from go to the bulb, which will light up the bulb. So as you can see, we have already built a circuit using Arduino relay module and the lights, and as you can see, here we have placed it inside the box. Hard to understand the wirings here because there's so many wires, but I'll give you a brief idea of how it goes. The Arduino is connected to the relay module with the digital port signals to the input of relay module. Then the output is going to the bulbs and also the power source, power supply. And as you can see, the bulbs are coming through the front of this box, where we can see when the lights are on. And here the benchtop power supply lines, they're going inside the box, which are connected to the Arduino and the lights. And here you can see the cable is connected to the Arduino with the PC. Let's move to the Node-RED interface to see how we build the connection between the Arduino lights and the Google Assistant, Google Home Assistant. So here, as you can see, there are 4 nodes which we're using in the Node-RED interface, 2 on the left side and 2 on the right side. The left sides are for the Google Assistant, and for the right side we have 2 Arduino nodes. So we've configured all 4 nodes. As you can see, when we click on this node, we have the Arduino COM3, which is connected to the laptop. So we configured that. Then we have the digital pins, which the lights are connected to. As you can see, 2 is connected to the first light 1. Similarly, the light 2 is we've configured that as well with the pin 3, which is connected with the second light. And for the Google Assistant, we had to download a separate palette to configure our Google Assistant with the app. So we downloaded a Node-RED Contrive Smart Nora palette, which we'll be using to build a connection between the Node-RED and the Google Assistant in our device. So we use the nodes from this Smart Nora section, where we use the light nodes, light 1 and light 2. We use 2 light nodes. We configured that light node with our Google account. As you can see, I've already logged into my Google account through this interface. Then also I've configured the on and off payload with true and false. That is when to turn on and when to turn off. With each with the turn on light, it turns on, and with the turn off light, turns off. Similarly for light 2, we've done the same. Logged into our Google account and also configured the on and off payload for the light 2 switches. So let's move to the Google Home app now and see how we can set up the light switches in the app. So here I have the Google Home app open in my device, and as I showed in Node-RED interface, that we're using Smart Nora to build a connection between the Google Assistant app and the Arduino lights. So we have to download the Smart Nora in this app as well, and I'll be using the same Google account here as well in the Google Home app. So go to Assistant Settings, then you'll find Home Control. Under that, click on that, and from there you can add the device Smart Nora, which we will be using to get the connection of that we built in Node-RED. With tab in Nora, you can see 2 smart Noras coming in, and so we'll be using the Smart Nora. And when you click on it, it will take us to Smart Nora interface, from where we'll be signing in with our Google account. And as you can see here, I've used this account in my Node-RED. I've logged in to this account, and so I'll click on that and give the authorization. And as you can see, Smart Nora is linked now. It will take us to our phone page, and it will ask us to set up the device. We have 2 devices, it shows us there. we click on the first one, the light one, then we set it up under our home, and then under bedroom lights, and then it will take us to the set up the second device, that is light 2. We'll do the same, set it under home, and edit under bedroom lights. So as you can see, the lights are connected in the under the bedroom lights. I haven't had connected the Node-RED, so I'll just connect it and show you how you can do it. So we have turned on Node-RED, and now I'll show you how we can control the lights from the Google Home app. As you can see, we used the Google Home app, and this time you can see we can click on these buttons that's under the bedroom lights, two lights, light 1 and light 2, and we can use the bedroom lights, the switch, to turn on both the lights at the same time. So we click on the light 1, it will turn on first light, and when we click on this light 2, it will turn on the second light. You can turn the lights on at both at the same time. Just click on the first light, bedroom lights, and it will turn on both the lights. And we'll also use a voice command to control the lights.